countries are living in a sub-regional context in which the people are also the same in the neighboring state. So that when you're talking about Western Cote d'Ivoire, you're also talking about the eastern part of Liberia. And so you're also talking about the neighboring countries like Burkina Faso, you're talking about Mali. And then you are talking even to the east with Ghana. And that's why a sub-regional understanding of security, in terms of coexistence I have been talking about, carries on a higher meaning. So that the same people who are in a conflict in one country do not see themselves as drawing on the type of support from their same ethnic group across the border. But that across the border, it should be more about complementing the understanding of coexistence and tolerance. And now this should resonate even at the African level in terms of the EU and at the global level. Civil society comes in precisely because of the fact that it is the people in villages and in communities who have the first-hand knowledge and the first-hand alert or signs of what they are about to see. And so it's in the interest of government to collaborate with civil society in order that they are effective in counter-terrorism initiatives. There is a strong weakness of the state in West Africa to have enough intelligence to be able to deal with terrorism. The intelligence of governments in West Africa must be its people. If people are aware that their governments are collaborating with them to prevent attacks on them, then they develop a keen interest of being active participants in counter-terrorism. And it's in the interest, therefore, of the governments to work with civil society organizations in these preventive efforts. Because the feeling of being let out or the feeling of being excluded is one of the reasons of injustice that terrorist groups use. But the more people are brought in to be part of their own protection, then they realize that they are part of governance. And why would they want a terrorist group to come and live in that community? They will expose that group. And effectiveness of counter-terrorism is about also inclusiveness. And this is what we are talking about. The West African Network for Peacebuilding WANEP is a civil society lead agency in ECO1, which is the West Africa Early Warning System or mechanism. We collect data, we do quality control of the data, we analyze the data, and we submit it into the ECO1 database. It provides us with the type of data that allows good analysis for prevention. And so it's truly a partnership in which governments through ECOWAS need civil society, much as civil society also needs governments. And so we have a memorandum of understanding with ECOWAS, well articulated in giving us the mandate and legitimacy to work with them directly in prevention through early warning. And for me, it's a very good example of counter-terrorism, and other regions need to look at the West African example.